I'm going to make a lot of females mad, but I think it's time that we stop congratulating women that leave men in relationships. Like, good job, girl. He was a piece of shit anyway. I knew that you could leave him. Meanwhile, old Sally hasn't given her man Pound Town in over a year, and her man's mentally drained, going insane, finally steps out, and Sally notices that Tom's cheating, and now he's the fucking problem. I think we really need to start normalizing that most of the problem in good marriages that were good in the beginning, and because the woman wasn't holding up her end of the relationship anymore. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I have a headache. I don't want to right now. Like, I think that happens more often than not. And then when the man does step out, all the other women are like, girl, he was a piece of shit anyway. Girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
Okay, so we have this woman right here. I think I reacted to something that she made before, but she's talking about in this video how women ruin good men. And partly what she's talking about is, you know, men who are in sexless relationships and end up stepping out. Now, I got a question for the woman today. Would you rather your man cheat, or would you rather your man watch porn? Because most of the men who are watching porn nowadays are men that are in relationships or men who are married. And it's usually because they are in, you know, situations where they're not getting what they want when they want it. And, you know, they end up going to certain websites, or if they are men that have options, they just end up going straight to stepping out and messing with other women. A lot of men don't have options nowadays. So they're usually, like, you would be surprised at the amount of men who are in a relationship, woman is in the other room and they are in the bathroom, you know, going at it, wanking off, whatever you want to call it, right? And there's a large amount of men doing that. Now, me myself, I couldn't even imagine being in a sexless relationship, or like a woman like telling me like, oh, not right now, or, you know, I got a headache, or I'm tired constantly, right? Like, okay, if it's like one night and, you know, she had a long day or whatever, that's okay, right? That's okay. I feel like, man, we should be disciplined enough to say, okay, you know, be sympathetic and empathetic for your woman and how she's feeling in that moment. But when it comes to this is, you know, there are relationships where men go through this for months and months and months and months. And then when they finally decide that, okay, I'm going to step out, or you catch them in the bathroom going at it to a video like that of you, of not even like a woman that looks like you, then, you know, what do you expect at that moment? And then, like she said, a lot of women will leave that man, and, you know, they got their miserable single friends telling you like, yeah, he want this, he want that. And we all know women love, misery loves company. In single women, they love giving out bad advice, right? So a lot of women will fall for that because of the lack of accountability that a lot of women just naturally have, right? They, when it comes to a woman, a lot of times you'll meet a woman, she'll tell you all the bad things that her ex did. Oh, he did this, he did that, but they won't be able to tell you what was their fault, what was their side of it that was like the reasons why it also went wrong. Because relationships don't just go wrong because of one person most of the time, you know. Usually it's like a 2-person thing, you know. So in this situation that she's talking about, when it comes to men who are in like these sexless relationships, it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for stepping out eventually. Like, yeah, you need to have discipline, but up into a certain point, you know, if she's not providing for you in the way that you want, then yeah, you probably will just start to look elsewhere. I just feel like that's a natural thing. Y'all let me know about that though. Which one would you rather have if you're a man that watches porn? To me, I think the man that watches porn is probably worse because he's messing up his mental than the guy that has to because it takes actual work to cheat, right? Unless you just are really him, you're really that guy. You got thousands of women waiting for you to give them an opportunity, which isn't the reality for most guys. That's like the reality for 10 to 15% of men, where they really have options like that. Most guys, that 80% of men, that 85% of men, they, if they want to cheat, they either have to go pay somebody or they have to, go work really hard to get that done. So yeah, man, very interesting conversation. Let's see what some of these women are saying in the comments. Being rejected over and over and over again changes you. Yeah, if you were getting rejected by your wife, I could see how that changes you. That was actually a guy comment, I think. One woman says, not our job to maintain him. He has to maintain himself inside marriage, must have morals and integrity. Cheating is a character flaw. Just because you got married doesn't mean it all ends. He must continue to date her, seek her, keep showing interest. Men do that, receive most of from their woman in return. Yeah, I can agree with some of what that woman is saying. Also, I don't think it's solely like the woman's fault why these men aren't getting sex from them. Some men, they get in relationships, they let themselves go, right? They don't continue doing the same things that got them the woman. So it needs to be like I said, it's never just one person's fault of why the marriage is going wrong. Usually men, we can see our flaws and take accountability for what we're doing. But yeah, man, you do have to continue to date her when you are married. Continue to, work on yourself. I always tell guys, when you're whether you're single or in a relationship, grind like you're single. Because the day that you stop grinding like you're single, the day that you ease up is the day that this behavior is going to start, right? Because, you got to be and maintain that same level of attraction that she already had towards you. So I definitely do agree with that on that side. Women don't know how deep of an issue this is for men. You're a saint. You're not keeping the gold code, but that's what the delusions are thinking. But I salute you for standing on business as far as us men. Yeah, now she definitely, I can see why all the men agree with her, but as men, we do have to stay on our stuff, man. We got to stay on our stuff. Don't get in a relationship and get out of shape. Now if it's literally just her and only things she's doing, you're doing all the right things, checking all the right boxes, trying to be spontaneous, trying to spice stuff up, trying to do stuff different, and you're still getting that behavior out of her, then yeah, that's definitely something that's going on with her mentally, right? Let's see. You are one in a million. We're at a woman like you. The woman wasn't holding up her side of the relationship no more. They always say communicate until it's time to communicate. A friend hasn't been to Pound Town in 3 years. That's wild. 3 years. I don't know, man. I wouldn't wait that long, but congratulations to that guy for having faith in his woman. But I feel like 3 years, you're definitely doing something wrong. You are 100% correct. I've heard all of them excuses and more for almost 2 years. I just quit trying. Now let's go see this guy's page. It's not too much about him on here to really tell what type of man he is, but we usually see that with these older guys, man. He looks like an older gentleman, but let me know what y'all think about this whole conversation. Definitely an interesting conversation. If you're a guy in a sexless relationship, also put your input too. We want to hear from everybody on this one. As always, love y'all. I'm out.